A tough game for Team Arsenal, and it's Arsenal 2, Brighton 1. Arsenal secured that 2-1 victory over well-organized Brighton side in a competitive high-tempo match. While Arsenal showed attacking quality and resilience, the scoreline reflected a game that could have been more comfortable if key chances were taken and certain defensive lapses avoided. Brighton remained dangerous throughout, especially in the transition and set piece situations. Opportunities not taken in this match today. We had very poor finishing in open play. Arsenal created several high quality chances, particularly through wide combination and cutbacks into the box. Some shots lacked conviction or were taken too early, allowing Brighton's goalkeeper to recover. Over reliance on trying to place the ball rather than striking decisively cost Arsenal at least one additional goal. And the impact of this to the game is the failure to convert early chances kept Brighton in the game and increased pressure late on Arsenal. Ineffective final pass. Arsenal often reached promising positions but failed to execute the decisive final ball. Through passes were either overhit or delayed, allowing Brighton's defense to shape and reset and resist the game. A few counter-attacks slowed down unnecessarily instead of exploiting Brighton's high line, and the impact of this to the game today for Arsenal to get the result they've gotten today. The attacking momentum stalled, and Arsenal's missed the chance to kill the game before Brighton grew in confidence. Key mistakes done in the game today had some defensive concentration lapse. Brighton's goal came from a moment where Arsenal's defensive line lost compactness. A runner was not attracted quickly enough, exposing space between defenders. Communication between centre backs and midfield screen briefly broke down. On the impact of this, we saw that Brighton gained, I believe, in momentum, increasing pressure on Arsenal's backline. Struggles against the Brighton's press. We saw Arsenal occasionally playing out from the back to slow. Brighton's coordinated press forced hurried clearance and turnovers in the dangerous areas, and midfield support dropped too deep, leaving gaps between lines, and this one caused unnecessary pressure that Brighton brought forward and disrupted Arsenal's rhythm of the game. Guys, you saw Arsenal out of the game completely. This is not the Arsenal that we are used to watching. Today, they were really struggling up to make up those clean passes, those good moves that they usually make on the touches. They had a very bad game management today. After going ahead, Arsenal did not fully control the possession as they usually do. They had a lot of risky passes that were attempted instead of recycling the ball and slowing the game. Then we saw defensive substitutions came slightly late, allowing Brighton to push until the final minute. The impact of that on the game today, the final stages were more tense than needed. What does Arsenal need to do on these in the next games? That is in the second leg of the Premier League. They need sharper finishing drills. There is focus on fast time finishing and decision making under pressure. They should also encourage attackers to be more ruthless inside the box. Make those shots like they don't need to be placing every goal. They can make those decisive shots, just like the one that Gyökeres did, but it was saved by the Brighton's goalkeeper. Then they must have clear instructions, prioritize power and accuracy over placement in the tight situations. We talked about that on the same. Faster transitions, release the ball earlier during counterattacks, improve timing of runs from the midfield to support the striker, and they should train quick vertical passing to exploit high defensive lines. We've seen the defense of Arsenal being better, but today they were lagging behind. So they should also work on the defensive compactness, maintain tighter spacing between defenders and midfielders, improve tracking of late runners, especially from the midfield, and they should also clear communication. Should also have a clear communication when defending crosses and cut backs. Better game control. Yes, as we said earlier, we are used to seeing Arsenal having a better ball control, but in this match today, when leading, slow the tempo with the short passes and ball retention. Use substitutions earlier to stabilize midfield and protect the lead. Then they should reduce unnecessary risks in the defensive third late in the progress. If Arteta looks into that, it will be very much easier for him to maintain the lead. But if he doesn't really work on that, it will be very hard for him to maintain the lead, especially when Man City is winning all the matches that are ahead of him. It's so hard for Arsenal, and I know maybe Arteta and the Arsenal players are under pressure to prove a point that they continue, they're still on the table, top of the table, and that is what might bring a lot of the problems when it comes to the next matches that they'll be playing. The next match they'll be playing the Aston Villa, that is in the new year 2026. We'll see whatever will happen in that match. But you can engage us in the comment section and tell us, what do you think Arteta needs to change, or do you think Arteta needs to do much better? And what do you think substitutions they need to work on the substitution to make sure that the team is compact enough and they are doing a better game, maintaining and positioning themselves for better passes, and even using the opportunities and the chances to score the goals that are needed for this victory.